Hello and welcome to today's Lol Esports Round Up. We're going to cover the news in the four major regions from the past 24 hours. For a little while there, I didn't think I'd have a video. If there's not three teams to cover, I really don't want to do it because the video will end up being real short. But Fnatic and Immortals came through, so we have something to talk about today. Kwangdong Freecs, they have decided on a top laner and as well as the mid and support. We already knew that they had signed Young Jae from Gen G and Taeyun from DRX. Dudu is going to go in top lane from HLE. He had a 1.67 KDA, 831 CS per minute, 61.8 KP last year. So Dudu at times was the only bright spot for HLE. Oftentimes when I did my top performers of the week, Dudu would end up on there out of the Eastern players, and it was kind of like, oh wow, how did he end up there? They're losing this and that, and it's like, if anything was going well for HLE, Dudu was the reason why. Now, he did die a lot. HLE in general died a lot. The 831 CS per minute, ahead in his lane, 61 KP, 3 out of every 5 kills. Not often do you see the above 8 plus 61 KP alongside each other. 25% kill share, 23% gold share, 13 champions in 46 games. Wide champion pool. KDF does look like a budget roster next year. But Dudu did have moments where he shined. 23 gold share is very high for a top laner. Usually it's around the 21.5 range. So to see something that high is really indicative of where HLE was last year. June last year played for DRX in Challenger, played one game in Spring with the big club. Last year played with DRX's main roster when they didn't do nearly as well as they did this year, obviously. So June joins. He had a 505 KDA, 83.5 KP, 4 champions in 10 games during the Challenger League playoffs. A player that isn't super young by no means, but I think maybe LCK level. The numbers from 2021 don't scream out anything at me, but these playoff numbers are pretty good. So, deserves another shot probably alongside somebody he played with in the past. Taeyun in June. The Freaks are hoping that they can get some magic out of these players that not many people are really thinking about. Like, the Freaks really went budget. Bulldog was promoted from Challenger. He is only 17 years old right now. He will not be 18 years old when Spring Split begins. We have to keep that in mind when this player makes their debut. A lot of people may give them crap, but they're very young. There's going to be a lot of inexperience. There's going to be a lot of problems. You could choke out there and things like that, and that's going to happen. It's a young player. 376 KDA, 865 CS per minute, 76 1 KP in mid lane and Challenger. That is very good. Anything above 8.5 is standard where you want to be, and you'd like a guy to be up and around 9 to be promoted. But with the 76 KP, 3 out of every 4 kills, Bulldog is involved, which is something a lot of mid laners can't say. We see some around 55, 60% in the mid 60s, but up near mid 60, up near 75%. That is very high for a mid laner, especially one that's able to farm as well at a young age. Clearly may have an idea of what is going on around the Rift and making things happen. 25-6 kill share, 22-7 gold share, 11 champions at 36 games. Definitely a player to watch next year with the Freaks, and see growth. The big thing, and I'll talk about it when I do my preview in January for the Freaks, it will be about growth with that team. It's not going to be about where they finish at the end, but how they started versus, how it ended. Speaking of growth, Astralis has not done a lot of that. Last year they had some bright spots, but otherwise a struggling roster. Finn joins from XL, had a 274 KDA, 799 CS per minute, 55 1 KP. So we're just talking about Dudu, right? You compare Dudu and Finn, obviously Dudu in the LCK, Finn in the LEC. But Dudu not only farmed at 0.4 CS per minute more, which 4 out of every 10. Not massive, but still is more, right? Also got into 6.7% more fights. So, farming more, fighting more. What's the excuse? Don't really know. Finn, not overly great. Doesn't really play weak side all that well, in my opinion. 17.5 kill share, 21.9 gold share, 8 champions in 19 games. Kind of fits the Astralis MO. Top lane was White Knight, Vizicachi for a long time. Astralis just are an org that makes a lot of sus moves. 113 joins in the jungle. This is a kid as well, only 18 years old when the split will begin. Played with Carmine Corp last year in the French League. 192 KDA, 448 CS per minute, 66.1 KP. I do not believe this player should have been promoted. Not at all. 18 years old, yes, I understand. Young players going to make mistakes. A 448 CS per minute in the jungle is not acceptable. We do not see players with that low of a CS per minute at the pro level. How is he not going to get jungle gapped in the LEC? Malrang is going to gap 113 based on these numbers. Is he going to surprise me and maybe he just needed a change of scenery? I guess maybe. But right now, numbers tell me that this is not good. 66.1 KP, not getting into enough fights either. So, not creating, not farming, doing nothing. 14.8 kill share, 16.5 gold share, 7 champions in 18 games. Astralis, this joins Dajor, Kabe, and Jonghoon. Jonghoon, once again, is by himself on an island, hoping to be free. Fnatic allowed Yamato Cannon to go. As a coach, he went 43-29 with the team, went to Worlds twice, going 3-9 the last 2 years. Overall, he's 123, 116, and 3 as a coach. Splice, Vitality, even had a stint with Liv, well, actually it was Sandbox at the time, only Sandbox, in the LCK. So a Western coach had actually coached in Asia, but nevertheless is on the outside looking in at World 7-17 over his career. Shaves is the person that might replace him. I mean, I don't know. That's a complete speculation. Just going off, I go off of Leaguepedia. Who does Fnatic have on there? Who has a page to look at? Like maybe they've played before, maybe they've had a job in the scene before. Shaves is the highest ranking. I mean, Shaves is the highest ranking person that has a page. So I don't know who the coach is going to be. Lastly, Immortals. Fleshy is the support. 675 KDA, 72.5 KP, 9 champions in 18 games with Nasser Esports Turkey in the Turkish League. They did not beat Istanbul Wildcats at actually, they didn't even get to the finals at TCL Summer. Fenerbahce and Istanbul Wildcats got there. So Nasser Turkey went 17-1, couldn't get it done. This is their support. Seems like an Immortals move to make, right? More justified than the Astralis move with 113. That I will give Immortals credit for. But Immortals definitely are not a roster that's screaming incoming success. Not really. So, you know, that's the thing. We'll see what ends up happening with this. I mean, it might be a young player. Their birthday isn't listed on there. They haven't played that long. They could be like 20 years old or something, and there might be something there with the Turkish support. But, you know, just going off of what I know right now, this is what I got. So, thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, like it, subscribe to the channel for daily League of Legends content. If you missed my video yesterday, I went over Gnar and Gwen and the most interesting matchups from the Gwen versus Gnar I don't know, saga that occurred during Season 12. So there's that. Follow me on Twitter, join the Discord, become a YouTube member, support me so the channel stays alive, and thank you for watching.